In this tutorial, I will show you how to teach a live lesson in Immerly, from selecting a student, through the 7 live class slides, to using the Conversation Lab for extra speaking practice. We start on the selected lesson page. In this example, the lesson is called Ice Hockey, Game On, and it is designed for B1 level students. The goal of this lesson is to help the student talk about ice hockey, preferences, routines, and the basic rules of the game, using the present simple. Before starting the class, the teacher can select a student from the list and then click Live Class. Live Class opens the lesson as a presentation with simple slide-by-slide navigation. At the top, we can see the lesson title, the level, the selected student, the slide counter, and the arrows for moving forward and backward. This helps the teacher guide the lesson in a structured way while still adapting to the student's pace. The first slide is the warm-up. The purpose of this slide is to start the conversation and introduce the topic. The teacher can use the image to activate vocabulary and ask questions such as, "What can you see? Do you play any winter sports? What do you know about ice hockey?" Each question also includes a hint, which can be used if the student needs extra support. At the bottom, there are discussion starters. These are additional questions for conversation, for example about watching games, the qualities of a good player, or favorite teams. The second slide is target vocabulary. Here, the teacher works with the key vocabulary from the lesson. In flashcards mode, we can see the word, the part of speech, the audio button, the definition, and an example sentence. For example, goalkeeper, the player who protects the goal. The teacher can ask the student to repeat the pronunciation, create their own sentence, or explain the word in English. There are also match and quiz modes, which can be used for a quick vocabulary check. The teacher can also download the vocabulary list or copy it to the clipboard. The third slide moves into grammar. In this lesson, the grammar focus is the present simple, used to talk about sports routines, preferences, and general facts. In the theory section, the teacher has a ready-made explanation. We use the present simple with adverbs of frequency, such as always, usually, and never, and with preference verbs, such as like, love, prefer, and hate. On the screen, there are also examples and a table showing the affirmative form, negative form, question form, and short answers. The teacher can first explain the rule briefly and then move on to practice. The fourth slide is guided dialogue. The roles are clearly shown on the screen. The teacher reads Alex's lines, and the student tries to respond as Sam before the next line is revealed. The teacher can use the audio button to play the line, and then click Next Line to continue. On the right side, there is a vocabulary tracker with 8 words from the lesson, such as aggressive, score, cheer for, penalty, and goalkeeper. This helps the teacher check whether the student is actively using the new language during the dialogue. The fifth slide adds a story prediction activity. The student reads the beginning of the situation. The final match is tied, there is 1 minute left, the goalkeeper is making amazing saves, and the team gets a penalty shot. The student's task is to predict the ending in 2 or 3 sentences and explain which clue from the story helped them guess. The teacher can use the ready-made prompt. I think what happens next is, because in the story it says, it is best to click Reveal Ending only after the student has answered. The sixth slide is Roleplay, which is the main speaking part of the lesson. The platform shows clear steps. Read the scenario. Listen to your partner's line. Respond in your role. And try to achieve your goal. In this example, the student is a hockey fan in a sports bar and needs to convince a friend that hockey is exciting. The partner starts with the line, "I don't really understand hockey. It looks so fast and confusing." The teacher can encourage the student to use vocabulary from the list, such as goalkeeper, score, aggressive, championship, warm-up, penalty, talented, and cheer for. If the student gets stuck, the teacher can show the hints. The final slide is active review. This is the closing part of the lesson, helping the student organize what they have learned. First, we can see the key takeaways. The student has practiced talking about ice hockey, preferences, and routines using the present simple. The student can also describe teams, basic rules, and their own opinions. The teacher confirms the most important points and then continues through vocabulary check, quick-fire review, and lesson complete. This is a good moment for short correction, positive feedback, and a quick sum.